Hi, this is Galaxy Grace here at Akaku TV with another session. Today I'm going to be introducing to you Akira Halina, and I'm going to be giving him his Akashic Record reading, which tells of all of his past lives and his guides and anything else he wants to know. He can ask questions if he wants, past, present, future, and alternate dimensions even. And so go ahead. His website is hawaiimixie.com. And he has actually written books and it's called the Maui Sunlight Symphony, Soothing and Uplifting Music CD. And so this is Akira.
Hi.
Can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Thank you. My name is Akira, and my artist name is Halera. Both has ending of Ra for some reason. I don't know why. That's why I wanted to ask Grace. I am very attracted to the sun all the time, you know. Wherever I go, the sun is around me, and I feel like I am embraced by the sun. That's one of the reasons why I was invited to produce this Maui Sunlight last year, because of the beauty of the sun and sun's unconditional love that we are continuously receiving. And I wanted to give this message from the sun consciousness out to the world of the people, how much the sun loves us, and not only humans, but all inhabitants on the planet. And that's one of the motivations. Oh, I need to give the sun love throughout the world, because the world today, you see, as you know, is so much mess and anxieties, fears, and all these. So I just wanted to introduce. I'm an artist as well as I'm a guide. What kind of guide? It's a tour guide kind of job. I'm originally from Japan, and I have been a resident of Hawaii for over 28 years. And I receive individual tours who are ready to step up to the next level of evolution, in other words, human evolution, who are ready to be awakening, and that's my specialty, to assist.
So you assist people, individuals, and small families to come to Hawaii and experience things on a more spiritual level.
Exactly.
You take them up to like Haleakala, Iao Valley, or places that you feel that you visited and experienced that are very on a spiritual level.
Right.
So they can experience the beauty of the islands and also feel the energies, and probably assist in awakening them up to their higher being.
Right.
And connecting more with God or Source or whoever with the higher frequencies, because the Earth and the whole solar system are ascending at this time.
Right.
To the higher frequencies, and Earth herself is transpiring or moving up in frequency as well. And those who wish of us to go with her and to ascend to a higher state of being. And that's many of our purposes here on Earth. All over the world, there are many light beings and star people who are assisting this, helping Earth to cleanse herself from the darkness and from the evil, from misuse and abuse, into something that's radiant and beauty and beautiful. And there are people all over the world, shamans or Native Americans or whoever, that have these prophecies of this being fulfilled, and it's happening right now. We're still a little bit in the chaotic period where we're cleansing old stuff.
Right.
But soon, it's almost the end of 2012, December, and whether it happens in 2012, the Mayans say it's a window of time, so it could even go into 2013 a little bit. But we're already starting that change. We've been in it for a couple years now or so. And so this is wonderful that you're coming over, that you're here in Hawaii and wanting to bring our beautiful brothers and sisters from Japan over to experience this and help them awaken and maybe take it back to their families in Japan.
Sure.
And I'm sure there's beautiful places in Japan that I'd love to go myself.
Yeah, when in fact I'm going there in October to teach them the universal laws that I have been specialized in.
He actually has a book. It's all in Japanese. It's actually sold out right now. And so, but if you do wish to order it from him, he can have it reproduced.
Yes, yes.
And maybe in English.
Maybe English this time, yes. I was told by many people you should really consider publishing in English, because it has lots of wisdoms, including law of love, law of balance, law of attraction, law of cause and effect, which is very, very good. Law of responsibility, law of concentration, law of synchronicity, all these laws.
Lots of laws most people have no clue about anymore.
That's
They've
right.
lost all that knowledge in getting modernized. We've lost a lot of our ancient knowledge of consciousness and thoughts and
Exactly.
how important those are, and just love being in our hearts.
Right.
So that's a lot of things that need to be restored. But right now, what I want to do is I want to get you connected to yourself,
Okay.
find out what your past lives are.
Sure.
And so we're going to give him his Akashic Record reading. You can see how I do it. What I do is I get rid of my thoughts, everyday thoughts, and get into a different thought pattern, a theta, they call it a theta wave pattern, into almost a meditative state where I can actually raise my frequency and connect with the higher guides. I'm going
Okay.
to talk to your guides and my guides and have them connect, our angels and
Nice.
whoever, and the Akashic Record Library itself. And let's see what we get. And
Yeah.
and I do want to record it, and I have a little recorder so
Okay.
that I can email you a copy of it.
Wow.
So I will get that out. I forgot it in my purse.
Right.
If I can find it. I got so much
Thank
junk
you.
in my purse. Plus, Kaku TV will record it as well and have that on CD for you.
Wow.
And that's not it.
Great.
But I forgot to get that out. There it is.
Okay. Oh, nice.
And there's a nice little recorder. So we're going to
Right.
record this at this time for you, and I'll email that to you so you'll have
Alright.
it right away.
MP3 kind.
Yep.
Oh.
And this is 04 on my recorder.
Okay.
So we'll have that. And I'm
All
going to hold
right.
your hand because I'm reading you. Our
Okay.
left hands are in hand and our
Right.
right hands are out hand. So
I
I'm using
yeah.
my in hand and your out hand,
Oh.
and I'm reading your energy
right.
patterns. Okay, here we go. I'm going to click in, what I call
Alright.
click in. I'm speaking ancient languages to help me connect to the light. I'm speaking ancient Sumerian, Egyptian,
Yes.
Hebrew, and an extraterrestrial language I call Syrian, Anunnaki. Akira is an old soul, fairly old. 392,643 lives. That includes spiritual lives, etheric lives, and physical lives. Your soul was birthed in the third galaxy out from the great galactic sun. You've traveled extensively throughout other star systems as a spiritual being, working with the angelic realms, Archangel Michael. In particular, many of the archangels of those solar systems and galaxies. Soliel, Soliel, is your archangel from your galaxy. You've served many planets as a spiritual being and a guide, helped terraform many other worlds and other galaxies before coming into our solar system. You did travel with the angelic realm, also connected to the Galactic Federation of Light. You know Ashtar very well. You're very closely associated with Ashtar, who is the leading commander for the Galactic Federation of Light. There are other galactic federations out there that are in different groups that all work together in conjunction with the Galactic Federation of Light. You came 952,000 years ago when they first started terraforming Earth and preparing it for life, creating the grid works and the ley lines and all those things that every world needs to function properly. Created spiritually first, of course, and then physically, etherically and physically. You worked on the ships with the Galactic Federation. You worked with the Syrian nation, with myself as well. Not particularly on my ship, which is a Selena, but with other ships in the Syrian nations. You worked with the Andromedans for a little bit. You served in one of the galaxies where the Andromeda galaxy is. You served in many planets there before joining the Galactic Federation. So you do have many knowledge of them as well. Let me see, did you have any lifetimes? You chose to serve first on Earth as an etheric being. So you're lowering your frequency from your spiritual being to etheric. Not quite physical or mortal yet. You served in Mu, the ancient land of Mu.
Mm-hmm.
You served later on in the ancient land, what is known as Atlantis, and the European nations. You had a great love for Earth. You helped beautify her. She was pure, no pollution in those days.
Exactly.
It was just gorgeous, gorgeous. You actually worked with the ancient beings, some of the first ancient beings that lived on Earth or served here they're known as what they would call mermaids today, mermen.
Mermaid.
They're actually extraterrestrial beings that live under the water, and they are from Sirius B. They're connected with the dolphins and the whales. They actually speak dolphin and whale, but they also have their own higher frequency speech. You have knowledge of this in your DNA, which will awaken later after the shift. You'll work with them again and restoring many of the ancient pyramids and things that are now under the water, especially for Atlantis, that were destroyed. Also in the Yucatan Peninsula, there are many ancient sites and buildings. Most of them have been destroyed or buried under the earth. Those will be restored. A lot of the ancient knowledge from the libraries will be brought forth, and many of the artifacts have been held sacred by the Mayans and by the elders, will be coming forth to help teach the people the true nature of our history and what beings have been here in civilizations that have been destroyed previously and why. You served some etheric lives on Jupiter, Saturn and Neptune, working in conjunction, of course, with the Ascended Masters and being in the hierarchy of the solar system, as well as the Galactic Federations, in service to them. Mars, you went to Mars right before coming to Earth. You served, your first, I would call it semi-mortal, because you're still lowering your frequencies. You're not quite like what we consider mortal here on Earth. You were highly conscious, but still you had a body that was more physical.
Right.
So you served on Mars in that capacity for 92 lifetimes, in that kind of a form. Still not totally physically mortal, because you were still highly conscious, clairvoyant, clairaudience, whatever. You still had all your full DNA activation and mental abilities. So you went to Venus, because Venus is where all souls go.
Right.
That have chosen to incarnate on Earth to prepare themselves for the heavy density of the frequencies and energies here and mortality. So you went to Venus, you served there for several hundred, what we would consider Earth years, several hundred years, but there it's like, it goes by very quickly. So preparing yourself to incarnate on Earth as a physical human being. And there goes my phone, so excuse my phone, I forgot to shut it off. Your your first physical incarnation was in the latter period of Lemuria here in the Hawaiian Islands.
Okay, got it.
And you were considered fully mortal, but yet still highly conscious. You served priesthood. It wasn't, of course, known. It was still islands. Now they're smaller islands.
I had that consciousness back.
Not quite as small as they are today, because it still continued to sink for a while, but they had two cataclysmic events by then and had broken up. And so they're more towards what we would think of Hawaiian Islands, but more ancient forms.
Okay.
You served here for 3,000 years in different locations. Actually served right here what we would consider Maui on the north side, like up towards Wailuku in that area for quite a bit. Serving some of the ancient sites, energy points, where now exist like Kakuipuka Heiau is an ancient nodal point of energy. So you served that area. Many of the ancient sites that are now buried right there. So they're actually ancient temples underneath the earth. You served over on Kauai, what we call the Grand Canyon of Kauai. There's ancient cave sites there. There's some islands like Nihihau up north, more north, that are now, a lot of them have sunken. You served on some of those islands at that time.
Oh, okay.
So now many of them have eroded away and sunk, but Nihihau, you did serve there. You served in ancient Lemuria. You stayed pretty much in this region. I don't see you like over in Tibet or Russia yet, or any of those places that were also considered Lemuria. When you finished your what I would call your term here, you went up into the spirit realms to do a life review and see what I now next want to do some incarnations over here and learn have the next group of experiences.
Right.
You incarnated next in Europe into what I would term the early Druid period. So there are many ancient sites there as well, not only Ashbury and Stonehenge. This is actually just prior to when they built Stonehenge. So that area, it's the early Druid period. Many of the early beings there were highly advanced,
All right.
like Lord of the Rings. Elven, you're connected actually with the Elven tribe, pointed ears and all. They now inhabit mostly the inner world, almost like Lord of the Rings.
Right, right.
Or many of them are off planet on Mars and different planets. Working with Galactic Federation as well. But yeah, setting up and making sure that everything, the grids and everything are adjusted properly. Working with implanting into crystals and ancient artifacts into the earth to help for this time period now for the ascension. They had the site of what was the whole history of the earth, including what's happening now.
Yeah.
And so many of the beings at that time were bringing forth knowledge from other planets and implanting them into the sacred crystals, sacred sites underground, into the ley lines themselves, into the very trees and rocks. So that consciousness prevails in many of those areas. That's why the energies are very high. Some of the, like the standing stone sites there, you guys actually built those, levitated them up, because you knew where all the energy points were and how to build these ancient technologies using just rocks, because you knew the rocks and the energy points could feed off of each other.
Okay.
So that's what you did. You stayed there, Shinumoko, for like 12,000 years. Different locations, mostly in England, Wales, a little bit of France. Working with the Galactic Federation still, and with the Ascended Masters that are on the world. They've been here all along.